Yeah, so that others can get a space. Need not have to move every time. These are all your books you purchased? Or what?
For the Holy Mother of Ramakrishna.
Ah, ah. Jai Thakur. So, let us start chanting now. Om Asatu Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mriturmayamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we were in this, studying this Upadeshamrita of Rupa Goswami, and they are explaining the 6 obstacles in the path to acquire devotion, and they are elaborately talking about the obstacles and how to overcome that also. So the first obstacle we read was eating, overeating. Overeating, and overeating is a problem. And, overeating. You are not in problem. Most of you are very careful. Overeating. And overeating does not mean only eating through the mouth, eating through other organs also, sense organs, eyes, ears, smell, and tongue, and taste, touch. So all the 5 sense organs. See, eating means that it should be modest, and it should not take away our mind to that sin when to think of God then. So that was the first point, we have read that. Second point, we are continuing. Prayasas, over endeavoring. Effort, making effort to that effort is good, which takes us to God. No? And you do excessive, that is also good. Much better. But minus God, whatever we do, that is over endeavoring. But for maintenance of our life, sustenance of our life, we will have to do some endeavor. But over endeavoring is bad. And here they are talking about how the devotion in the sadhana that takes us to the endeavor of bhakti is good. And if you go on endeavoring on jnana or karma or dhyana, according to this school of thought, your mind gets digressed. That is not good. But as we differ it here, that yes, you cannot have bhakti unless you have jnana. If you have no jnana, then your bhakti is not there, and jnana is not there. Then how will you meditate? To meditate, you need some love and also knowledge. And if you want to do something for your beloved Lord, then karma is necessary. So it is not contradictory, but it is the starting point of spirituality. You should be careful not to engage in your endeavor into too much of intellectual analysis, too much of karma, too much of things, which diverts them.
Speak a little bit louder, Swami.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah,
I'm not
ask you to
loud.
speak just a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you're saying.
No, that's so they saw that the endeavor to jnana is opposed to bhakti, as also endeavoring a monastic knowledge That means I am Atman, I am Brahman. These are not very good for bhakta. Bhakta's bhakti will go away. I am that. How can you say that? I am always yours. I should be subservient, not the one with God. So this is we have read that the resultant endeavor of monastic knowledge is not very congenial, jnana of prayasa, that is not good. The result of endeavoring for the fruits of one action or karma. Suppose the result of karma prayasa, if one that endeavors to perform such activities which will bring some fruits, and that fruit is not given to God, that means what? Any karma done with any motivation. I do this in worldly pursuit, we do work. The same work can be done by 10 people. One can do only to show, another person can do it for getting some praise, honor, respect, and someone can work no other goal, only to please God. So here is result of karma prayasa, so the endeavor to perform the fruitive action which brings fruit prescribed in the Vedas. That means I go to heaven. In early days, you have to understand this. All Gita and other books are talking. It is on page 85 on the right side, 85. So they used to do apart from all the jagnas, going to all types of home fire and other things were done. That is called karma. Nowadays, karma concept has changed. Normally, karma means you do selfless karma is called the good karma. Self that is the point. But previously, people used to do. That's why in every puja, in every worship, you have a sankalpa, resolution. Why are you performing this puja? Why are you performing this homo fire? That homo fire is considered as karma. Huh? And jagathat karmana annatra. If you do karma for jagna, for sacrifice, sacrificial fire, and that too, your no expectation of going to heaven or anything, that is called the right type of karma. But people used to do to gain even putresti jagna. They used to have putra. They are not having children. So they used to perform some jagna to give them their child. And Dasaratha, putresti. So he got, by that, he got the some means, something result come out of the jagna to have their child. Rama, Lakshmana were born. It indicating that it is superhuman birth, not natural birth, as we call immaculate birth, like in the Christ, in the Ramakrishna, you can find the same story. Yeah, so like that. Anyhow, but normally karma means I'm doing this karma for what reason? Either I go to heaven or I achieve this result. Aswamedha Jagna. There was a sacrifice with a horse. That horse is adored and honored, and this horse will roam around freely in the whole country, wherever it goes, and the army will follow them. Whenever it enters into any land, their protective force will say, no, we don't accept this leadership. Uh, this emperor. That means they want to become emperor of the country. So to go and fight with the other small kings. So fight with the kings. But how? This jagna, this horse will go from every king, their country, and kings will either fight and be defeated, or in a friendly way, they accept that friendship. Okay, we are friends, we will be sharing. But the horse will go on, and move all their kingdoms, and then come back, and then that horse is sacrificed to celebrate that the in this emperorship of that particular king. So this is also called Jagna. But final ritual is Jagna. And going to heaven. That means attaining whatever we need in the world, material world, through a special type of karma. That is called the Jagna. That gives you extraordinary power, extraordinary achievement, material plane, and after death. So these are called Jagna. So here, these results of this karma, that prayer, so which is mentioned in the Vedas, is equal to same for a bhakta. Like you are in the Vedantic process, you are thinking too much analytically, thinking, I am this, I am this, I am this. But your mind knows that I am the body. Hmm. So better. That's why it is called. So long you are in the body consciousness, take the vow, take the attitude of Hanumanji. Hanumanji said, Deho buddhya dasosmi. When I feel that I am the body, naturally I am the body means I am this much. So I am your servant, O Lord. No? So long in your body consciousness, live in that consciousness. Similarly, but your mind goes into the higher consciousness, then you think, no, I'm not the body. I'm a part of God. I'm the branch, ye are the vine. I am the vine, ye are the branches. So what is the relationship? Vine and the branches, whole and part. God is infinite ocean. I am a bubble. But I am H2O. In one sense, I am equal. Another sense, I am very tiny, small. But I am small, made of same element, Satchidananda, as Brahman is. So it's a part and whole. And then ultimate thought will be, I am gone. There's no I, no you. That is called Brahman. So Hanumanji is to live in these of three states according to mental condition. But normally that's why I say Jnana Yoga is for highest category of students who can really live in that awareness that I am not the body. They have analyzed it so much, they did so much of devotional practice or meditation, so that they have become clean and clean and clean. This thought clings in their mind, as our thought clings that I am the body. Whatever I say, ultimately I know I am the body. No. That means I'm not tuned enough to raise myself in that condition. So that's why it is said, so long you are there, you take this bhakti attitude. At a certain point, you become Jnani, Advaita Jnani. Certain time, you become a Vishishta Advaita Jnani, not qualified non-dualism. That philosophy. You live in the dualistic philosophy. So you swing from one to other. But they are saying, no, 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 no. And this Jnana attitude is bad. Huh? But if we can support their idea, Jnana attitude means those who are really day and night intellectually trying to only understand, not touching the ground of consciousness. So that is bad. Now here karma, as I said, is the same as jnana prayer. So it is also cannot be, it will call auspiciousness. It cannot lead you liberation. The perspective of Bhagavat says any spiritual practice and occupational duties that do not inspire attraction for Harikatha, means narration of the holy words of Lord Krishna, are simply a waste of time. Serious bhakta will always say, life is useless if it is not spent for God realization. So Ramakrishna also said the same thing. So yes, Your jnana prayas, your karma prayas, your karma should lead you to God. Main thing. Anything leads you to God is called the right path. No? But anything makes you forget, then it is to be avoided. But what forget at the beginning, we are always forgetful about God. Whatever path we take. If I say Atman, I am Atman, it is also, yeah, we are forgetting. But how many times we remember whole day I am Atman, I am pure. Similarly, how many times I remember I am this working, but I am this little self. God is my soul. So this should be the attitude that any duty we perform in our life, karma, that should do not inspire attraction the for God. It that or the narration of the Lord, that's a waste of time. That's why when you are doing karma, let your hand you do karma, let your mind repeat the name of the Lord. Huh? So that is called bhakti even. Because, but if you don't do that, only karma for karma's sake. Huh? But there also comes a question. If we get fully concentrated in karma, how can I think of him? That's also a point. Yes, there you have to understand that you are forgetting yourself also because you are engrossed in the karma so far to make it perfect because you are offering to God. You anything you offer to an honored guest, you take care for preparing it and presenting it and giving it. No, similarly, you are preparing a meal, preparing for God. How will be your attention? Yes, you will have to concentrate there. Don't give double salt or double sugar or spices double huh, to make it not eatable. No. So that is the point. It will be, but let you forget. But you remember this you are doing for God. At the beginning, you remember what I am doing it is for God. Finish. And then you forget it matters little because you are doing this to please God. Every action, maybe in between you forget. But if it is remembered that I am doing this to please God, Holy Mother was telling in one place that you uh, do this japa, and only thing you like or dislike, I am doing it to please God. Even you are repeating the name only to please God. Whatever we are doing, if we can take this attitude, then it's we are gone, where we are our purpose is served. That's very famous story that Holy Mother came to Belur Math and the boys were chopping vegetables, uh, very beautifully chopping dressing the vegetables. No, not like America, we give away 50% of the flesh goes with the skin. No, very sharply only the skin will come out. Of course, those days there was no in this toxic things given into the uh, fruits and flower things. No, it was all organic. No? But you have to cut it in such a way no flesh will come out, only the skin will come out. And when they were doing such thing, and Holy Mother, Baburam Maharaj, some Premananda is showing them around, these boys are doing this work. And this mother wanted to see how this ashram is going on, all activities of the ashram. The cow shed, going to the cows, and then how they are fed, how their health is, how they are taken care of. From there, that point to how the floor is swept, how the courtyard is clean, and then taking to that where the brahmacharis are cutting the vegetables. And Holy Mother become very pleased to see that this brahmacharis, money, it is the duty of the women in India, not in America. They will do all this cutting vegetables and cooking and this. But the boys are doing that. It's a very new type of uh, thought in the context of India during that time. So, and Ma was very happy and pleased. And then that one of the brahmacharis, yeah, He has future, become a great Swami. Jagadananda. Jagadananda Swami is that Swami who has translated the book, the Great Master, which is the present. We have the divine play of Ramakrishna, newly translated again, the same Bengali book. The same Bengali book which was written by Sarodananda, first translation was that. He's a very very scholarly Swami, very Vedantic. Now he said that to gain the blessings of Holy Mother is the goal of life. So if one can do by meditation, that's also okay. And if I can get it done through the cutting the vegetables, okay, chopping the vegetables is okay. So Holy Mother's attention to please Mother. We are doing, why are you doing this? To please the Lord, please Mother, Divine Mother. If you can do that, then that karma is no karma, because it becomes bhakti. But most of the time, our actions, though we think in this way 1,000 times, we forget. So if we can keep that, then it is real karma. So suppose in your office you are doing karma, in your profession you are doing some karma, wherever we are doing anything, only if we think that I am doing to please the Lord. And that's why to please Him means it should be done very perfectly. And at the same time, even I forget Him, but concentratedly do that work as a perfect work as best as I can. And when I offer it back to Him, oh Lord, this is my work, this to at your feet. So that is a greater spiritual sadhana. So that type of karma is not bad. But when we don't do that, totally forget about God at the beginning, at the end. Swami Videsharananda Maharaj, again, I told this story many times, that he used to say that make Ramakrishna sandwich. Ramakrishna sandwich. Sandwich means what? You start your work with Ramakrishna. Oh Lord, I'm doing it for you. It's my, for your pleasure, I'm doing it. No? And then you get involved into work so deeply that you even don't think of him. And at the end, after certain, as it happens for our day-to-day life, look at us, how we work. We may start our thought, okay, I'm doing for God. And after some time, we forget him and we get engrossed into the work. No? Even 1 or 2 hours gone, oh, for whom I'm doing? Oh, you're thinking of once again. Then this is one sandwich. Start with Ramakrishna, in between you forget. And when you forget, one sandwich is done. So give it to Ramakrishna. And then again start, oh Lord, I'm doing your work to please you. Then again he engrossed into deep. And then again, then another sandwich. So whole life is, or whole day, Ramakrishna sandwich. So prepare Ramakrishna sandwich. So this is the meaning, even if you not constantly think about that, but if this practice is done, then what will happen? This thought will come into our life, and it will percolate into all action. It takes a long time, but that perpetual remembrance will happen. That is called spirituality. Now, any spiritual practice and occupational duties that do not inspire attraction for Hari's name is simply a waste of time. Here, dharma indicates one's function with the with the Borno, or the class where is division of scripture describes. Then you are born as a Brahmin, you have a Brahminic karma. Even Brahminic karma, people are doing chanting mantras and repeating scriptures, no? But they don't think of God. It becomes mechanical. Have you seen the Hindu temple priests? They are chanting mantras, maybe Vedic mantras. But they, because of the profession is such and doing every day, it has become a chore work, a routine work. Mantra comes like that, and waving this light, and okay, this, that, and then it's done. And again another person comes. What he will do? He does the same thing. eh, and the same mantra again and how many times repeating. So it becomes and meaning, the depth and meaning forgotten. So it happens. So to guard against this, you want him to understand, no, no, no. What I am saying, this should express in my idea. As if it is, I am quoting some, chanting some mantra means some ideas of the saints given in this mantra, as if like a prayer, I am praying that. So chanting should be done like. But Brahmanic karma becomes a chore work, then it does not bring liberation. Similarly, any karma which is not associated with the spirit, that will not be a karma, it will be an obstacle. That's why your karma is an obstacle. But if it is done, no, no. Why it will be obstacle? It is a part of spiritual growth. Activities of karma favorable for bhakti are not over endeavoring. If you can do that, if the fruits of karma, if the conclusion is that the endeavor for the results of one's action, whatever karma we do, and even the pursuit of monastic knowledge, jnana, are extremely harmful if it is not with this positive attitude. I am on page 86, top. If, however, this is obstacle, if you don't have the feeling, emotion added to it, but if, however, a devotee performs the activities of Varnashrama dharma, meaning according to your state, Brahminic dharma, Kshatriya dharma, your Sudra dharma, whatever in society was divided into classes, no? Even now it is there, in America also there. Some are college professors. They may be called Brahmana dharma. Those who are working more on the daily hard work in the construction or road making, building making, no? These are maybe called Shudra dharma. The activity. Some are very apt in business, and they're making big business resources. So that may be called a Vaishya dharma. Brahman, Kshatriya, and Kshatriya warrior, military, police. These are all Kshatriya dharma. So following their dharma, in order to maintain his life in a noble manner, then those activities which is favorable to bhakti are considered bhakti and not karma. So karma turns into bhakti.
So it depends on your attitude, doesn't it?
Attitude. So that's the point. Karma is no more karma. Karma becomes karma when we do. I used to say this example. Karma means friction, is it not? What is definition of karma in according to science? Force applied into distance moved, is it not? Force applied into distance moved. What is the karma? If I rub my something with something in this table, I did, I have removed this block from here to there. No? But why you remove this much? You could have done 100 times more than that, because there is a friction. So our karma goes on with friction, because other angularities are there, my expectation is there, external situation is not very. But according to science, if this, the surface becomes smooth and there is no friction, it is said you strike a ball with what velocity you have started. If it is there is no obstacle, it will continuously move in the same way round the whole world. It will go round and come back to you. So you can sit here. Okay. So that's why without friction, there is no karma. With the same effort, that's why holy people, if they desire something because they have no wish, selfish move, they are God willing anything, why it becomes so easy? And if we wish anything, why it becomes so difficult? Because our ego and other obstacles are bothering us. So it is said karma becomes karma when there is friction. And frictionless, I'm doing for God. I'm free soul. So you are then it becomes bhakti. Karma and bhakti, you can think in another way. Karma is where there is big friction. Karma yoga, no friction. There's also no friction. So when you do for God, for the for pleasing the Lord, then that becomes karma yoga, or you can say that becomes bhakti. Swanishtha bhaktas make these prescribed duties and the fruit of these duties obedient to bhakti. Parinishta bhakta, there are different categories of bhaktis in Vaishnava devotion. Perform activities that are not unfavorable for bhakti, merely for the welfare of the common people. Nirapeksha bhakta reject popular opinion and perform only those activities that are favorable for bhakti. Endeavors for jnana, including those for sajujya mukti, are greatly opposed to the endeavor to attain the ultimate goal of life. Anyhow, so such knowledge is therefore known as the prayasa sunno. That means where there is no effort. Prayas means effort. Where there is much effort, you see we sometimes say it is God's word, with what Christ said. My yoke is key, what Christ said. My yoke is less uh, difficult to carry. Normally in our life, our yokes means our karma is too heavy to burden, to carry. When God gives some karma, if we think that I am doing for God, it becomes much easier. So this is the idea. The karma is done with that spirit, then it will happen. And he's saying, suppose what will be congenial? Bhakta. Bhakta will say, oh, it's only pilgrimage to holy places, serving the Vaishnavas. Who are the Vaishnavas? Devotees. And performing deity worship, worshipping in the temple. Sankirtan, singing the glories of Lord's name, are not useless endeavors when their aim is attained to the association of saintly person. That means this effort actually leads us to God. First, it leads us to the holy people, and going to the holy people, that inspires us to go deeper into God and God. And endeavors for renunciation are absolutely unnecessary. But Vedanta will say endeavor for renunciation is very necessary. The Gyanopath will say that you want to be a Gyani, then you have to renounce everything. Huh? But Bhakti says, no, you have to not renounce anything because you serve anything as God. You need not have to renounce. The same thing, but they frame it in such a way it appears very easy. Huh? Gyani path is hard, that you're saying, that is not good path. Bhakti path is good. Why Bhakti path is good? Because you need not have to renounce anything. You want to eat food? Eat. Delicious food you eat. Only give it to God and then eat. So you are not to give up. But Vedanta will say, oh, it is your tongue test. Get out. Oh, it is nice thing you are getting attracted, attached. Get out. So not this is the Vedanta path. But Bhakta's path is this is God. Everything is permeated with God. So you need not to give. Yes, you have to give up. You have to see God everywhere there. Otherwise, your likes and dislikes will come. And that is as ordinary as for anyone, any person. So endeavor for renunciation or vairagya prayasa are absolutely unnecessary in the path of bhakti. Any slight endeavor for vairagya is unnecessary. But that that's not true. What they have talked about, vatyahara. Don't eat much. Here is the restraint has been put there. But here, making the path easier and attractive, it has been said, no. Renunciation is not necessary in bhakti. You have to love God only in renunciation. Huh? Here is you will love God so much, you don't think of anything. You don't think anything, then love for God will come. Are the two things? I give you, watch this statement. You give up everything, then you will get God. Okay? You give up everything. If you love other things, then you don't get God. So if I make a statement that give up everything, sab chorke sab pabe, give up everything, then you will reach God. Okay? Now if I say love God, and everything will be achieved.
Just drops off.
The only same word we are talking.
Yeah, just placing the emphasis in a different place.
One is present. That's why in the Lila Prasanga, what we just mentioned, the divine play, the very beginning, Swami Sharodanand analyzed the two eternal paths from ever, from the beginning of history. One path is called the iti iti, another is called neti neti. Not this, not this, not this. And God is this, is this, is this. So it's eternally flowing. If you understand the meaning, then they are talking of the same thing. You are emphasizing on God in everything, and someone is saying, I don't see God. Then reject, reject, reject. Go to God only. Nah? So both are talking about the same thing. According to individuals' tendencies, one will take this path or that path. So this is the point, see here, to be understood. So any slight endeavors for vairagya, renunciation, is unnecessary. Because after bhakti awakens, you see, because then he says, after bhakti awakens, if my bhakti has awakened, then what do I need? If my love for God has awakened, then I will see God everywhere. Whom to reject? You will reject God then? If everything is permitted with God, then what to reject? But have you reached that point? Because you are a bhakta, you have reached that point. I am a bhakta. Huh? My bhakti has awakened in such a way that I see God everywhere? No. So this argument is there is a fallacy in the argument. So people don't understand. When you read things and any school wants to make a preference over the other, their language that
It's an imminent, a seeming contradiction, but as you explain it, if you leave everything behind, neti neti, you're transcending to God. But if you see God in everything, that's imminent, because the imminence idea is God permeates everything.
yeah, but God is both imminent and transcendent.
That's a good.
You
word to
cannot
put
make
it.
a division.
That's how we have to understand it, but that's hard to get your mind around.
And that's fine. But God, if you say God is only imminent, not transcendent, or God is transcendent and not imminent. No, God is both transcendent and imminent. So if that we have to understand the truth in the right manner. So there we will find all reconciliation. Otherwise, this is see the language this being said. Any slight endeavor for vairagya or renunciation is unnecessary. Because after bhakti awakens, after I see God, then what you have to do? You have seen God, then you are done. After bhakti awakens, an aversion to anything unrelated to Krishna arises naturally within the sadhaka. You love God so much, your distaste comes for other things. It's a natural thing. If bhakti awakens, but bhakti has awakened in you.
No.
So that is the point. Then we have to do that also. So, and it is very true. If our love for God really comes up, no, there is really no your renunciation becomes spontaneous. Given an idea, a boy or a girl is joining to be a monk or nun. The moment the mind of that particular mood, when they are renouncing, everything becomes meaningless. Money, wealth, higher promotion, job, name, fame, meaningless. No? But if that is a mood, that is the real genuine love that has generated. But if has can that be all the time? Then you are done. If that spirit remains, that deep attraction for the divine, and everything becomes meaningless, useless, that is called the renunciation. That's called spontaneous renunciation. Because you love something higher, your distaste grows for the lower things. It is a spontaneous renunciation. And that is the goal of our life. But we have to practice from this point renunciation, 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 renunciation of the mundane and loving God. As if two things are there. There is one God is there, one demon is there. That is a dualistic religion, nature of the dualistic religion. We all think. In Satan, one is God. Always they are fighting each other. Satan is also equal. Satan and God, they are always contradicting, no? God is doing something good, Satan does something wrong. And God will have to come back again, hey, redress those things. He's a competing force. But in Vedanta says, where is these two? What you see is a negative and a positive way. You are seeing in a negative way or positive way. But one truth appears. Light and dark are not two. It's only wavelength.
So it's not this, but this all over again.
All over. And like the example, light, as I am giving, is a vibration. Light waves everywhere. Sometimes our range of wavelength, it catches our eyes. We say, I can see. In darkness, I cannot see. But is there no light? There is light. In deep darkness, you can see so much light. All the night owls and others, they go for their prey during night time. How they see? Because their eyes have the capability of watching that. So Vedanta eye should be there. You can see transcendent and then immanent everywhere, the same reality. This is the teaching of Bhagavat. He says the meaning is that Vasu Vasudeva Bhagavati, and I am not reading the Sanskrit. The meaning is that by performing Bhakti Yoga to Bhagavan Vasudeva, the following thought arises. Detachment from the material world arises naturally. Detachment devoid of endeavor. You do not have to do any endeavor by God's will. They flow in the love of God, flow in the direction guided by them, as if they become the instrument in the hand of God. Devoid of endeavors, unmotivated knowledge. Knowledge spontaneously comes in their heart. You need not have to study books to get knowledge. And Ramakrishna, whose book he studied to get the knowledge? Latu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutananda, who he could not learn the alphabets even. What to question of reading? That's why Swami Vivekananda said about Latu Maharaj, that you see, if you want to see the miracle of Ramakrishna, look at Latu. Why? He said, why? Because we have our school education, college education. So if I cannot meditate, I can read some book. I can sing some song. I have so many ways to keep my mind in higher thought. No? But Latu has no other means. He does not read books. He does not have the opportunity to listen to great spiritual discussion. Neither he sings songs, bhajan and other thing, but nor discusses the spiritual matter with others. Only by meditation he realized God. And see, not going to school, not having any background, he attended. So that is the thing. See, that because that deep love for God, when it comes, that takes the mind to God intensely, then automatically they become the sages, saints. They become saint. There no external knowledge is necessary. It just comes out from spontaneously from within. Sri Ramakrishna, Christ. See which school he went, which theological institute he studied. Huh? But who? The Christ, after returning from this silence period, Whatever he's speaking, people are gathering and thronging around him. What is the transformation? The heart has opened, experience has come, and that whatever comes, people will have to listen to that. There's a mind, infinite ocean of knowledge is here itself. For us to stimulate that, we read books, we study science, and study all our different branches of uh, art, literature, and science. No, but for spiritual people, those who have become so attracted to the divine, their mind becomes so pure, spontaneous knowledge will flow from their heart. So you need not have to practice. That in that sense, no detachment. But we are making a mistake. He is talking about the para bhakta, supreme bhakta, not ordinary bhakta. Those mind like our normal mental state. He's not. This type of idea is not applicable to us. We have not yet raised ourselves to that flight. So that is the point. But people reading this will think that, oh, bhakti is very easy. But bhakti is not easy because there is tremendous detachment, tremendous love for God is necessary, tremendous action is necessary. Whatever I do for God, and I am pleasing God, pleasing God, pleasing God. No distinction. But here it is effort should be understood that it is not intellectual pursuit, it is not work done egotistically or with the purpose of gaining some material benefit here or after death. Those are the points to be remembered. Therefore, karma, jnana, yoga, and vairagya, which are impediments to bhakti. Again, I'm again and again repeating this point because if you read this book, you will get confused. Then what we are doing is all useless. No. Point is that therefore karma, jnana, yoga, and vairagya, which are impediments to bhakti, do not degrade a person engaged in the practice of bhakti to Bhagavan. That means this degrades if it's not proper. But for a bhakta, for a bhakti Bhagavan, because he has given up endeavoring for them. Bhakta does not run for doing karma. He does not run for performing intellectual jnana vichar or a so-called meditation practice or this renunciation practice. Bhakta does not do anything. Here, real bhakta, whose heart has opened to God. For that person, everything pales into nothing. No? Who has fallen in love of God, for him, this art, that there is a beautiful song, composition by Tagore, you know. Someone heard that there is a philosopher's stone, Khapa Kuje Fere Poroso Pathor. He was searching for a philosopher's stone. And he was running from every corner. And he has said, there is a stone. That is called philosopher's stone. And he has a bangle, iron bangle. And he was touching, wherever he is finding a stone, he's touching. And seeing, has it turned gold? Then he will take that philosopher's stone and go away in his home and will be big, rich maybe. That is his idea. He has heard there is a philosopher's stone. And he's running. And tired and could not find it. Ultimately, he came to what is called Rupa Goswami or Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami, and there's a spiritual personality. Yeah. This book is of Rupa Goswami, his brother disciple, Sri Chaitanya's disciple, Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana. So he was meditating and he suddenly asked this holy man, Sir, can you give me some philosopher's stone so that the iron become gold? Oh, you want it? Okay, go and find it. And he asked him to find out because he used to living in a beach, a Jamuna beach, Jamuna river, beach under Jamuna river. I said, go and find it there. And he found really a stone. And he touched it, and it became gold. And he said, Eureka, Eureka, and became so excited and jumping and in joy of achievement that I got the philosopher's stone. And then he was going away. And on the journey, he moved little distance, but it struck to his mind. I was so excited to get this philosopher's stone. But what he has got, this Sanatana Goswami, what treasure he got, that this philosopher's stone is meaningless for him. He kept it on a corner, useless corner, underbedded in the sand. And he didn't say, oh, don't take it, it's valuable, keep it here or anything. And he gave it to me. And I am excited. Tell him what treasure he has got. Then he came back and asked him that, please bestow me that wealth by which you are enriched so much that you do not find any meaning in this priceless grand philosopher's stone. Give me a bit of that what you have achieved. No? And Atoboli, saying so, he also threw away that philosopher's stone. So there is this rejection for the whole world will come if we get a glimpse of that love for God. The spontaneous which has happened in the story of that man who was searching for philosopher's stone. And getting that philosopher's stone, his awareness came, oh my God, I am so excited to get this philosopher's stone. And here is a man who pays no attention to that, and he is a fakir, wearing a lion cloth and be living in a hut, mud hut on the bank of Jamuna river and meditating or doing something. What treasure he has got that he can ignore this this treasure of philosophy stone, no? So that is the transformation came, and he be renounced and he became a monk. এত বলি. Now, absence of over endeavoring in bhakti. It says that, but if we do bhakti, there is no over enduring. What? They say, with this verse establishes that the bhakti and simultaneously appear in the heart of a person who only pointedly worships Bhagavan, along with the renunciation of anything unrelated to Bhagavan. When a devotee feels himself extremely fallen and destitute and chants the name and remembers Sri Krishna's name with sincerity, the following sentiments naturally arise in him. I am a minute particle of the Supreme Consciousness. I am an eternal servant of Krishna. Oh, Krishna is our eternal master. My inherent nature is to be exclusively surrendered at his lotus feet. This temporary material world is merely a boarding house, and it is very harmful for me to be attached to anything in it. See, that attitude will come when this type of devotion will come in there. He has quoted the Bhagavat on page 87 bottom, and we turn on page 88 to understand its meaning. With each mouthful of food a hungry person takes, three effects are simultaneously accomplished. He obtains satisfaction, he is nourished, and his hunger is ceased. He given an example. You eat one morsel of food. What does it do? Three things it does. One point, it brings satisfaction. I'm hungry. I got it. It's satisfying. First point. Second point comes that by this the body is nurtured. I'm nurtured by that. And third, my hunger now ceases. Similarly, if you can surrender to God, the surrendered souls, that means any bhakta who can surrender to God, who are engaged in the performance of bhajan, practicing japa, meditation and bhajan, that ultimately develops into prema, the direct manifestation of Bhagavan's beloved form and detachment from anything opposed. Three things happening. If one's whole mind goes to God, Similarly, three things will happen. One thing, the awakening of bhakti ultimately develops in prema. Such devotion to one pointed love will lead us ultimately to prema, where there is only God's presence everywhere. Prema. First point. Second point, the direct manifestations of Bhagavan's love, Bhagavan's beloved form, that many in our heart. The murti will not remain murti. It will be living murti with that devotion. And as it happened with Ramakrishna, the murti, the Kali murti, become a living murti. By practice of that, it becomes a living murti. And third point, detachment from anything opposed to bhakti. Anything that takes away the mind from that type of emotion, you feel detached. You have no interest in that. Ramakrishna had no interest for anything in the world then. Only Ma, only Ma. So that is the real devotion. And that, if you get into more and more, then it is not detrimental. It is more leading you to the parama prema, supreme love, making you reaching, helping you to reach the supreme. So that's why he's saying, as opposed to the other practices like karma, jnana, and dhyana, meditation, analysis, this bhakti is good because as it grows more, your more attachment comes here, and that path gives you satisfaction immediate. When you love God with all earnestness, your heart becomes full of joy. First point, satisfaction. Second point, this murti which you are meditating, it with your prayer and emotions, it becomes a lively, as it were. And some people say, I talk to God every day. No. So that becomes a lively reality, not a murti as a stone or a statue or a photograph, not like that. And then third point is coming, that it will bring so much detachment from all other things. Mind, as a human personality, a boy loves a girl, when they become so attached to themselves, all other things become meaningless for them. Huh? Similarly, if one loves God in this way, all other things will be meaningless and non-attractive to their heart. So that is the beauty of bhakti. A list of various types of over endeavor. What are the we must avoid? Again, they are saying that this there is a, you can make a list of that. What are that? For a practitioner who has taken shelter of the names of Sri Hari, means Sri Krishna, the following are Virodhi Tattva. That means is opposed to bhakti, averse to bhakti. Endeavors, what are those? One point. Again, they are emphasizing. One, endeavors for impersonal knowledge. Bhakta should don't want impersonal God. You only personalize what? Krishna. Only Krishna. Or you are a Rama Bhakta. You are only Rama. Rama, Rama, Rama. Dekhat Rama, Soat Rama, Ramat Rama, Rama, Rama. There is nothing but Rama. Those who will say Christ is only, there is nothing else Christ, no? So this is one point of devotion, but don't think Christ is everywhere, infinite, and I am that. Never think that. So that is the obstacle, according to the warning of this book, is that it is virodhi, it is averse to bhakti. One point is endeavor for impersonal knowledge, endeavor for fruitive action. That means actions, karma. You do karma only to reach this result, that result, that result. That is obstacle to your bhakti. Endeavors to mystic opulence, means yoga. That means when you do meditation and practice Raja Yoga, what it brings? It brings occult power. Occult power. Miraculous power comes to people who practice meditation and other things. If it is not directed towards God, that Raja Yoga itself will tell you, these are the obstacles in your Raja Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, other group of people need not have to say, hey, it is bad. He's saying if you have attachment for your mystic power, that means healing patient, curing, doing some miracle, for what purpose? Christ also did my miracle, but that is to generate love for God in them. What Christ did, that miracle created an emotion in the heart of those people who, then God is there, God's grace, we got this. But those who do only miracle for money, miracle for making a big wealthy kingdom. I heard that some yogi has gone to certain country and have purchased a new island. One island has been purchased and he has created his own kingdom. It's yogic power. And naturally yogic power, people are flocking around that and they are giving money. Money is nothing for that type of people. Those who see something miraculous, naturally mind tends to, and he has created a, no, I do not know what is it. This is, people say like that. So if you utilize your yogic power in that way, yogic power can give you realization. But yogic power can give this also, because how you utilize the power. So that is an obstacle to bhakti. But Patanjali will say these are the obstacles of Patanjali, the yoga philosopher itself will say this is obstacle to your yoga practice. If you get attached to the yogic occult powers, you do, he say you can fly. No miracle. You can appear here, you can disappear, you can just at this point go to India and appear somewhere else. By yoga practice, you can do that. You can just penetrate the wall. You can levitate in the sky. These are all miracles. It can be happen to yoga practice. Is that bhakti? No. Is that giving you liberation? No. It is making you in this world prominent person and people's attention, and you can make money. You can make good number of your followers, but it is not giving you liberation. So naturally it is bhakti. He is saying this is the obstacle to bhakti. Then endeavor for liberation, mukti. Every person wants mukti. Mukti means liberation. What do we want? Buddha? Huh? Going beyond the cycle of birth and death. That means you want to be mukta, free. Bhakta does not want to be mukta, free. Bhakta wants to serve God forever, forever, forever. After death, I'll go to Vaikuntha Loka, where Lord Hari Krishna is there, and I'll serve him. I'll stay with him. I'll feed him. I'll nurse him. I'll be a servant of him. Life after life, life after. Even our Chaitanya's prayer, we say. And what is the last line? Unswerving, be an unswerving love for you, so that moment separation will appear like an age, like that. And there you say,
Love for thee and thee alone.
the love for thee and thee alone. Oh, love, I want to be love and I want to be there with you. But merging, no, that is not the goal of bhakta. Ramakrishna also said, I don't want to be sugar, but I want to taste the sugar. So that is the. So endeavors to improve one's material existence. People, those are in the path of bhakti, that I am doing this practice to get some material benefit, worldly things. No. Endeavors to obtain the association of non-devotees, those who are not in the path of spirituality or love for God, the association with them is not good. Therefore, obtain association non-devotees. These endeavors destroy one's bhajan. Why bhajan? Your practice. The endeavors for recognition and prestige, pratishtha, is even more dangerous than else. Is it? Pratishtha, recognition and prestige. That's the highest thing. In the life, money is also good. There may be a craving, but name and fame, that is, everyone's heart is the highest desire. So that should have to be given up for a lover of God. Although the type of prayasa is extremely abominable, many cannot avoid it. It is vital in all respects to eradicate such endeavors through bhakti, free from duplicity. Sanatana Goswami wrote, even if one has given up everything else, the desire for name and fame, which is not root cause, which is the root cause of all anartha, means what is which brings inauspiciousness. The prime duty is to give up this pratishtha. Pratishtha means the establishment of pratishtha means name and fame, which is compared to stool. It is to be given up, feeling name and fame is so worthless. Uh, what to speak of touching this pratishtha? Do not see it even from a distance. That was the advice of the Sanatana Goswami. This instruction is extremely grave. Devotees should observe this practice, the chanting of Harinama with care. No other practice is required. Ramakrishna also said, Holy Mother said, you repeat the name of the Lord, just do that and see. Your all other things will go away. All the cravings for the world, all our weak points, all our material attraction, everything will automatically go away. Only repeat the name of God. So there is not nothing in Vedanta. We are hearing something new, but it is Vedanta including all these ideas. If you please assimilate the idea, I'm reading a bhakti book, but I'm giving a perspective where this dogmatism should not be there, where bhakti should be understood in the right perspective. That is the point. Detachment is a must, but detachment may not be your focus. Love is, suppose if I go to the temple, what will happen? I detach. I detach from this place, this chair. I detach from this bookstore. I get out of this. I detach from the this parking lot. I detach from everything, and I am in the temple. So if you go to God, you detach everything. And if I stand here, then God is there, and I'm doing my work here. So this is the thing. Detachment, attachment is the question related to what? Attachment to God. Being here, you can be attached to God. So just you feel presence of God. You are with God here. And being in the temple, you think of something else outside, as we do. So you are not in the temple. So this is the emphatic point. What is the time? Oh, 41. Oh my God. So, okay. Hence, without any endeavor, by the mercy of Bhagavan, the science of devotion. I am just concluding. You read this last one part. Page 90, I went. That renunciation is the without any endeavor, by the mercy of Bhagavan, the science of devotion to him easily manifest in the heart of a sadhaka who considers himself fallen and destitute and who chants Harinama. He says, Oh Lord, fallen means I take refuge in you. If he does that, if we can really, and with our heart and soul, we say, Oh Lord, I am helpless. Please help me. Give me all what is needed. And the 3 points just in fallen, himself fallen and destitute at the feet of the Lord, and who chants the name of God, then what happens? God's grace takes us to that devotion. That is the conclusion. Next day we'll read the third obstacle, which is called prajalpo. Prajalpo means talking mundane talks. Is an obstacle to bhakti. Obstacle to bhakti, obstacle to jnana, obstacle to meditation. You want to meditate and you go on chattering all the nonsense of the world. Will you meditate? You are talking about jnana, in the path of jnana. You have to say, I'm not the body, not the mind, I am the Atman. And you talk about all mundane things day and night. Who did what and what person, their character, their action, their politics, their this. Day and night your mind is bothered. Will you realize the Brahman? So no. That means we should have to avoid talk. Talk is a big force, energy. Where speech is a big energy. So how we can redirect it towards God? Let my speak it kanto amar সকল কথায় তোমার, হরি হে তুমি আমার সকল হবে কবে। Oh Lord, when you will be my everything? আমার সকল, in my every speech, your glory will be manifested. To my, that's why you look at that. Swami Vivekananda speaking day and night in Monday. Look at that, what he is speaking. Ramakrishna speaking at any point, you see, the whole gospel, see how he is talking, what he is talking whole day. Nothing but God. So that is we have to control our speech and redirect it. That will be the next study. Thank you all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu. So we are late. Let us go for a cup of tea.
Jai Thakur.